Hey everyone, welcome to Project Melanin Beauty. My name is Nicole Webster and I am your host. I created Project Melanin Beauty to empower black women and girls to feel beautiful and confident in their skin and to define beauty by their own standards. In celebration of Black History Month, I'll be featuring 28 beautiful black women releasing one makeover video every day of the month to bring you easy, gorgeous makeup tutorials and a little inspiration as we celebrate the magic in our melanin. Stay tuned to hear what these beautiful ladies have to say about beauty, confidence, and being a black woman. Hey lovelies, I'm back with another Project Melanin Beauty video and I am with the lovely Mackie. And for today's look, we are going for a really gorgeous, sexy bronze goddess look. And of course, I'm starting off with foundation and I'm just blending that out with my beauty blender. And now I'm going in with some concealer just in the center of her face to actually highlight and conceal. And then of course I'm going to blend that out with my sponge. Feel free to use your fingers or your favorite makeup brush, whatever works for you. So now I'm going to set her makeup and I'm actually using my HD translucent powder. I love this powder. It's really finely milled. It leaves you with a really soft, smooth finish and it's great for touch-ups throughout the day. And now I'm going in with the medium contour and highlight palette and I'm just highlighting the center of her face. Now for that bronze look, I'm adding a touch of warmth with our Golden Goddess bronzer. And I am just brushing through her brows with a brow mascara. She has really nice, full and defined brows already. Moving on to eyes, I'm using a new palette called Autumn and I'm going in with a brown shadow on the outer corner of the eye. And you just want to blend that out, and now I'm going under the brow with a flesh tone eyeshadow and on the lid with a bronze eyeshadow that is nice and shimmery. So I'm just bringing that brown shadow that we used on the outer corner down to the lower lash line to give her a little smoky effect. And now I'm going in the inner corner with the bronze shadow and lining her eye with our gel pencil in black Caviar. I'm going to smudge that liner out and I'm also going to bring the liner down to her waterline to really define her eyes. And lastly, of course, you want to apply a couple coats of mascara. Feel free to add some lashes if you like to really jazz up the eyes. And I'm going in with our blush in Drizzle, which is a really pretty mauve shade. And I'm adding some more glow with our Quattro in Warm Breeze to really bronze up her complexion. Lastly, for the lips, I'm lining with one of my favorite lip pencils in Cameo. And then I'm going to go in with a peachy nude lipstick on the lips. And here's the finished look, guys. Bronze Goddess. I love the eyes. Super defined, super sultry and sexy with a really nice nude lip. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Oh wow. Oh wow. I wish I could do this every day.
Yeah.
For myself. Yeah. I wish I knew how. Oh, Nicole. This is so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. For me, I'd say what makes me confident in my skin is self-acceptance, which I think can take a long time sometimes to develop. But over the years, I've come to realize that it's probably one of the key things in terms of being comfortable with oneself. If you don't accept yourself, and the trick is too, I think sometimes we think intellectually that we do, but in our hearts we really don't. And so I think sometimes over the years that's the challenge, is to come to a point where we have a genuine level of self-acceptance. And once that happens, at least for me, once that happened, I started to feel comfortable in all kinds of ways. And one of the things, for example, that I know happened for me once I really accepted myself was I stopped comparing myself to other people. And so self-acceptance is really important because it's connected to liking ourselves, loving ourselves, and I think that that leads to a sense of comfort because you start to think that you are good enough. And once we believe that we are good enough, then we don't really have a need to compare or contrast to other people. So I'm really proud of my heritage. My very diverse background has taught me a lot, and I get a lot of lessons in terms of resilience. There's a lot of beauty there. I come from a family that has been very political, so since I was very young, I was introduced to that kind of life. And I think it's helped me a lot to learn a kind of balance in my perspectives towards a lot of things, to try to understand issues from multiple vantage points. I think that's one of the things that my heritage has taught me. I hear the baby in the background. Yeah, so yeah, for me that's really what it's about. It's kind of understanding how one is rooted in particular kinds of histories, and knowing how to draw positive and strong lessons from that. And it gives me a connection to other people. It gives me a connection to other Black women too. And it just provides a really rich ground for all of us to talk to each other about real things that we're going through in life, and also it provides a really rich ground for us to figure out how to be there for each other and support each other. So I think for me, if I could talk to my 12-year-old self, I would try to figure out how to help myself at that age learn how to like myself, because I think it's really easy for us to try and build the self-esteem of young people by saying it's really important to love yourself. But I don't know that even we sometimes as adults know how to actually practice that. Like, how do you actually do that? And so I think if I was to talk to my 12-year-old self, or to my daughter, who's actually 12 right now, I would try to talk about that more practically, to try and give more practical examples, and to encourage myself and encourage my daughter to put those daily things into practice, because I think the more we do something every day, the more natural it becomes to us. So an example would be if I could say it's really important to like yourself, to accept yourself, to love yourself, and one of the ways that we can do that is every single day, maybe remind yourself of something that you have seen yourself do that you are really proud of. So if you were really kind to somebody, or you were able to support someone, and you're really proud of the way that you were able to do that, that I think is a really nice reminder to oneself of the kind of intrinsic value that we have, regardless of what it is we look like. So a lot of times, girls grow up being encouraged and thinking that if they just make all these changes on the outside, somehow that's going to increase their value overall. And then we tell them, don't worry about the outside so much, beauty is on the inside. But first of all, how do people know how to practically actually believe that? And second, they're constantly bombarded from the outside world with the message that the external is really, really important. And so, of course, you could go years and make all these changes to yourself on the external, and you still not quite feeling full on the inside. So, yeah, I think for me, I would want to make a really short list maybe of practical things or daily practices that my 12-year-old self could do as a way of starting to build up that understanding that self-love is first. And then you can, think about having fun with the external and expressing ourselves through hair and makeup and all of that, which is really fun too. But I just find these, no matter, it's never enough if we don't build up the inside, of course. All these things we do on the outside never quite bring us the kind of satisfaction that we're hoping they'll bring us.